What's up, everybody? It's Ivy, your Ivy Vibes. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. And I'm going to do a reading, of course. We're going to see what this could be about. So we're going to pick up some main energy. We got some stuff flipping already here. But we're going to see. I don't know why I just have been liking doing these readings early in the morning like this before I go to work. Let me see. So I feel like there's some of you out here that have so much pride, you need to let down your pride. And what you're doing is you are drinking away your pain, trying to, because you're not willing to face the truth right yet about your situation. So let's see what more of this could be about, what more of this could entail. I'm going to pull these up and see. Spirit, give me insight, wisdom, guidance, and vision. I like to cleanse the energy too. All right. So we're going to see, what is this about? Like, why do you have so much pride and ego that is taking you time to, get over it? You're just drinking your pain away. And for some of you, it may not even be the fact that you're drinking your pain away. It could just be that you're doing things to ignore it, but you're not benefiting yourself by what it is that you're doing, instead of just dealing with the pain head on. What is this pain? And it's got you feeling very defensive. So when people mention it, or maybe, try to talk to you about it, you may close up. You don't want to talk about it. You may ignore it. I feel like there is a desire for you to have some kind of attention, but the attention that you may be getting may not be coming from the right place. It's like sometimes we get into these things where we're so, like a kid. I'll say it like this, like a kid. They, people may say, oh, this child is like so bad. They be acting so bad. And anytime this child does something bad, what is considered bad, that they get attention. But then when they do something good, they don't get any attention. Nobody says anything about it. They just go along with the fact that they, are displaying good behavior. So because the child doesn't get any positive reinforcement and attention when they do something good, good morning, they end up continuing to do the things that are not so good, because that's where they're getting their attention. So that could be going into what it is that you are dealing with right here, where you may be doing all these things to get some kind of attention, but it's based off of negative behavior. And that goes into the whole aspect of drinking, because the pride is there, and you don't want to put down the pride to actually face what the real problem is, to stop doing the behavior that is, causing the pain. Okay. So let's see again, what is this that we are dealing with? What is the collective dealing with? So there might be some kind of news that you may have coming towards you really fast. But it's good news, okay? There is going to be some good news for whatever it is that you are looking to have. So maybe the news isn't coming as soon as you would like it to, and it may kind of have you stressing. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm a whole mess this morning. I tried to do something different to my hair, and it didn't act right. So now I got to go and work with these two fucking pigtails, looking like a little kid at 55. So it is what it is. Good morning. So yeah, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment. So let's see again, what is it that the collective is dealing with? So this could be over some kind of a relationship, okay? Something where you're not feeling as though you are getting back that initial emotional, being met emotionally supported the same way that you may be giving it out. You don't feel like it's being reciprocated. Um, because of these cards, I'm gonna say this, and you see this angel that's over here, and it's like giving this person this candle of light. I feel like your guardian angels may be really looking over you at this time, and or guardian spirit, whether it's your ancestors, whether it's, loved ones, someone is really watching over you and trying to fill your cup and give you what it is that you need. But I think that it's going to take some time for you to just look inside and fill up yourself, get the things that you need. Look at the behavior that's being displayed and why you're doing it. Like, this is one of the things for me as far as why I've stated that I drink, but I'd never be an alcoholic. When I was 19, I started drinking. I stopped drinking when I was 21 because I used to battle dance. And I looked at the reason why I started drinking to begin with, because I'm a very introverted person, very shy. I don't like the attention of a lot of people, which is one of the reasons why being on camera is very comfortable, because it literally just feels like it's me talking to myself, like looking in a mirror. Doesn't feel like anybody is there. Um, so when it comes to being in crowds and being seen and performing, it really gives me a lot of anxiety. I'm feeling the energy of everybody like all over the place. It made me feel uncomfortable, so I would drink. And the drinking made me feel more uninhibited. And so as I got further into the drinking, I just started to think, because for me, it took more and more and more for me to drink to get to that place where I would just feel that, you know, sense of euphoria or whatever. And I was like, well, why am I really doing this? Um, I said, I just need to start to deal with the pressure of knowing that people are going to watch me, because that's what they're here for. We're doing these battle dances. They're going to watch me. I'm performing. So I had to look at the reason why, and everybody doesn't do this. I had to look at the reason why I was drinking and go to the source of what it was, which was feeling uncomfortable about people looking at me and understanding, okay, if I'm going to be doing things that is entertaining, I have to understand that people are going to look at me. So I have to get over it. And I just started finding that place inside to really feel like nobody is there. Or I know all these people, so it's family. So I see these people all the time. Like, I really had to make it like it was nothing. Okay. I had to use what I had, from my guardian spirits to help me recognize what it was, so that I would not go down a destructive path. Okay, whatever it is that you may be doing could be leading you down some type of a destructive path if you're not looking at the root cause of what it is. And so your intuition, your higher self will guide you and allow you to see what it is that you need to do for yourself. Okay. Understand your higher mind knows everything. When we talk about God and God consciousness, which is Christ consciousness, that is dealing with that aspect of, when they talk about Santa Claus, and they gave Santa Claus the so-called aspects of God, where they say he knows when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you're bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. The whole thing of knowing when you're sleeping and when you're awake, because your subconscious mind never shuts off. And so when they talk about, oh, God knows everything, he never goes to sleep, that's your subconscious mind. It never goes to sleep. So it's always picking up things, even when you are not aware. Okay. It's always picking up things about what's going on. It's your own personal tape recorder. And so when you start to dig into that, and this is why people end up going to like hypnotherapy and things like that, to get into the subconscious mind, to actually see, well, what actually happened at that time? What was some trauma that I may have dealt with when I was younger that I try to forget about, if that's not, that I'm not aware of consciously, but my subconscious mind can pull it up and bring it to the front, um, to let me know what it is that I'm doing. Your subconscious mind, your higher self, will guide you and let you know everything that it is that you need to know for yourself. So again, let's see why this is all happening. Okay. We have the Queen of Coins. And so it may be because you need to be more practical in your way of doing things, in your way of seeing things, in your way of behaving and how you deal with other people. This is somebody who really, really knows how to manage things well. Okay. So it could be a lesson in just how you go about doing things. That's it. And when you're off balance, a lot of things could be coming at you at one time. Again, there also could be a lot of people pulling at you. You know what I'm saying? You're receiving a lot of attention from a lot of people. And so that also could be leading to the place of feeling like, I just want to do this. But with that ego, it's also saying, I got this, but this is showing that I don't. Okay? Drinking the pain away and knowing that there's the ego there, it's not allowing someone else to come in and help. It's not allowing yourself to go into a healing state where you actually can do the things that are going to be beneficial for you. So let's see what happened in the past. What may have happened in the past? And I'm noticing that my coworker came in and is in the parking lot, sitting over there, and they got their lights on. They haven't gone inside, and I don't know why. They might be watching me over here doing this reading. So I think things were not moving as fast as you wanted them to with the Knight of Coins. This is somebody that progresses very, very slowly. But again, when you look at the fact that there's this angel behind this person that is guiding them, again, I think that what happens is we get caught up in our own timeline of when we want things to happen. And when they don't happen, when we want them to happen, we feel like things are all fucked up. There's a girl at my job, and she talks about how she's this certain age and her family, her brothers and sisters have done X, Y, Z, and they've got this, this, and this, and she still has yet to get those things. Well, if I was to compare myself to my brother, my younger brother, he's 3 years younger than me, and he went to college straight out of high school. I didn't. He ended up getting, decent job with the state before me. You know what I'm saying? And got on a place, I got a house, got married, like all that stuff that people say that you do, like the timeline was boom, 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 like how most people would think. It didn't happen that way for me. And I'm still in school, okay? I'm still trying to get my own place. I'm literally right now still with a friend because of circumstances that ended up happening to me. And so you can't look at the fact that just because you may be progressing and moving slower than some, that things are not happening in the timeline or time frame of when they're supposed to happen for you. Okay? You can't do that. Don't put yourself on somebody else's timeline. Everybody's timeline is different. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's purpose of how they're going to fulfill whatever it is that they're supposed to do while they're here on earth is different. So that could actually have you in a place where if you're getting a lot of things from your family or friends, a lot of flack from them. Why don't you have this and why aren't you this and that? Da, da, da. Fuck them. Basically, fuck them. Okay, because half of them ain't got their shit together and ain't got their stuff right and aren't where they need to be either. Okay, and they're still trying to do whatever it is that they need to do for themselves. Fuck them. But that could be putting you in this spin where you're feeling like, I should have been. Don't look at should have. Okay, that may have you in this cycle where you are doing things that are not beneficial for you. So let's see what could be coming up for the near future, and understand that when we talk about these things, because it's energy can change, which means the future can change. But the future usually, when you're dealing with situations, is mostly based on your past behavior. So we have the 7 of Coins. It's just for the future. It's just saying that you really need to be patient. You need to wait. It's going to seem as though all the things that you are planting in and putting in is not taking root and growing. But this is a time that you really need to be focusing on whatever it is that will help keep you in a state of gratitude. We don't give enough thanks for the things that we already have. And because of that, we end up bringing more negative things into our life, because whatever you focus on, wherever whatever you focus on ends up coming back to you, basically. Wherever that energy is that you put out, that's what comes back. It's like that sign of infinity. All right. Whatever you push out is going to come back. That's why they say that you are, situations are a reflection of who you are. You want to be with a certain kind of person, you have to be that kind of person, because you only get what you are, not what you want. So this is a time for the near future that you need to be grateful. You're probably going to be in a place where you need to do some reflecting. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all these things that have been planted. It's going to grow. It's just not coming in the time that you think that it should. And so again, you don't want to then start looking at other people's lives and comparing yourself to other people and whatever it is that they, you know, feel like it should be. Don't do that. So let's see, what is the other energy that is surrounding the situation that could be affecting it. Oh, had to go way up there, huh? Way up there. Let's see what other energy could be affecting this situation. Hope, this is the star card. And there needs to be some healing. So I feel like, too, somebody could be on a bit of a spiritual journey. And the focus really needs to be more on inner reflection and looking at what possibly may not have worked. All right. So that you can get to what it is that actually will work. There's a lot of healing here that needs to take place. Look at all this blue that's around. And blue is the color for healing. If anybody is in a place where they need to do some healing, you can, I give tips like this on my Divination with D, and that's DEE channel, where I talk about a lot of this stuff. You can get a blue candle, because blue is for healing. And you can take that and you can put some olive oil on it and hyssops, herb, just a little. Please do not overdress a candle. Put your intentions in it, in your hands for healing. You can inscribe your initials in there, and you can have it state for healing. And then you can sprinkle a little bit of hyssops in there, and you can burn that for yourself. Okay. But I feel like that is something that needs to take place, is some kind of healing. When you are ready to heal and face yourself, you're going to let down this ego and this pride, and you're not going to be doing things that are detrimental to your health. Okay, you're going to start doing things that are going to be more beneficial for you. So let's see, things that are affecting the situation that you may not be aware of. And that is this, the Five of Cups in reverse, that there is some things that, some regrets that have been there that you may be getting over. Okay. You may not realize it, but there's things that are happening in this slow pace of you doing things that are changing the fabric of what has been laid down. Okay. And it's like when a baby first comes out and they start growing, they grow so subtly over the first couple of months that sometimes you don't even realize how fast they're growing until you look at them and you're like, wow, like you really. And so it's like that with you. There could be some things, some changes that are taking place on the inside that you're not really aware of until you start to get in certain situations. And then that stuff will start to come out and you'll start to see. But those are things that you don't realize right now that are affecting your situation. There's some things that you may have done in the past that you regretted, and those are subconscious things that are happening to you that are affecting the situation, but you're getting over it. Okay, so let's see some things that you are aware of. Some things that you are aware of. And I would say the Page of Swords, so you know that you need to be keeping your eye out, paying attention, and looking for any kind of word, to come back. This is being inventive, very creative when it comes to your thought process, being innovative, even trying to think of new ways of being able to do things, but definitely making sure you are looking at, keeping your ear to the ground about things that are going on. You're very aware. All right. Let's see what could be in your hopes and fears when it comes to this situation. And I would say feeling like you're kind of just stuck and not really having a choice. You have a choice. It's the two of wands. You have a choice, but it may not feel like you have a choice. Okay. But you actually do. Look at every last situation and scenario that you have going on around you. You really, really do have choices. So let's see what possible outcome could be here for the collective when it comes to this situation. And I'm going to give y'all, again, I usually do this on my divination with D channel, but I'm going to give you a spell that you can help, that can possibly help when it comes to, a situation. But let's see what could be a possible outcome for the collective here. Possible outcome for the situation. Look, that shit is decent as fuck. You're going to be okay. Okay? This lady got her coins stacked. Okay? So that means that she's invested right. She's done the work that she needs to do. She's feeling really good. She's got all this, all these things around her that is showing like just how plentiful she is. Okay? How you doing, Susan Gonzalez? How you doing? So yeah, you're going to be okay. It's just the perspective, I think, is just kind of off right now, and you have to allow things to play out. So you can use this for anything when it comes to, you know what? Let me get some advice before I go into the spell. Let me get some quick advice for the collective. Let me just get some quick advice. The sun. Okay, so whatever it is that you are doing, you always want to make sure that you are clear with it, that you are seeing things right, okay, which means that we all come with our own perspective of things, but this means check your rear view and your side, things on the side, because there may be some things that you might end up missing. And so you want to make sure you're not under the moon card. You're not under any kind of illusion. You definitely want to make sure that your vision is clear, talking to people, checking and rechecking, crossing your T's and dotting your I's, so that the way that you progress is really going to benefit you. So now when it comes to attracting something to you, I know that people talk about doing these honey jars, but the way things work in the spiritual world, when you want something to happen, is the same way that things happen in the physical world, which people don't understand. Okay. When you look at honey and you go to pour honey, you know how slow honey runs? And we talk about doing a honey jar. That means that whatever it is that you're asking, and you could have done a honey jar maybe a month ago, and you still wondering, why hasn't this thing progressed and come to me? Because honey moves slow. Honey moves slow, slower than molasses. And when people say get the molasses, like in color purple, get the molasses out your ass, okay? Because you're moving slow. If you want things to start moving a little bit faster, I'm going to tell you what to do. So you take a piece of paper. Generally, you want to take parchment paper or brown paper. So them paper bags that you be getting, from when you go shopping or whatever, save that. You want to tear it. You want to write your name on it, okay? And whatever it is that you are looking to have, if it is love from a person, you can draw a heart on that paper and you can write their name on the inside of that heart. If it is money, you can write dollar symbols because, again, the universe works in the ways of symbols, okay? And you don't have to do a whole lot, all right? If it is a house or a car, and you ain't got to be the best artist, just draw that image of it, okay? Whatever it is, if it's a job opportunity, you can write job opportunity. Be simple, but be clear, okay? You take that and get like a mason jar. You can go to the Dollar Tree and you can get these things. I'm so congested, I'm sorry. Get a mason jar. You can take that parchment paper, put it in that jar, and then you want to take some sugar and you want to sprinkle it in there. And you want to take a little bit of cinnamon to sprinkle it in there. Sprinkle it in there. The cinnamon is for the heat, okay? Because cinnamon actually is a spicy seasoning. So it's going to make things happen quick. It's also going to attract what you want. And the sugar is to make whatever it is that you want sweet on you, okay? Then what you want to do is you want to put some water in there. And you don't want to, if the jar is about this big, you maybe want to put it like the water up to here. You don't want to fill it all the way up. You don't want to fill it all the way up. But put a decent amount of sugar in there, dash of cinnamon, cover it up. And then you want to take a white candle, and I would say get a tea light candle, okay? Because it's already in its little container and you don't have to worry about it, spilling over and fire and stuff like that. But please be safe. Put it somewhere safe. And then what you want to do is you want to put that candle on top of that jar. Put your intentions into it to say that whatever you want wants you. Whatever you want wants you. Say that 3 times. And then you can, as you light that candle, you say, I already have what I want. Let it be so. Light it, and then just go about your business and wait for things to shift. Things will shift. Understand, when it comes to magic and energy, it's almost like a domino effect. So that very last domino is what you're asking for. The one that you have at the very beginning when you're starting the process, okay? Understand this is where you are. And now all these dominoes in between are the things that energy has to shift around and move for you to be able to get that last domino, that last thing that it is that you are asking for. But you have to be that first domino to start the process when you do the candle work. So look at it like that, okay? So usually, like I said, this kind of information I give on my divination with D, and that's DEE. If you are looking for me, matter of fact, let me show you, because I have a couple channels. Is it here? If you are interested, and I do work for people, but I will show you my divination channel. And I do give tips and different things like that over there. If you are interested, divination with D. Here we go. And I will show you, this is what that channel looks like. Okay. My divination with D channel. And I give different tips over there about things that you can do. No honey. No honey. I did not say honey. No honey. Because honey moves slow. Honey moves slow. And if you want this to happen quick, you're going to use sugar, cinnamon, and water. because after you have done this, you can do it again, burn another candle on there again, and you want to take that jar and you want movement. So you want to be able to shake that thing around, and you'll see the movement, the cinnamon and the sugar and the water all moving around, okay? But that moves faster than honey. If you was to have a honey jar and you're trying to move it around, that honey is going to be moving like this. Like it's slow motion. You don't want that. If what you're looking for, you want it to happen quick, you want to disregard the honey. No honey. Okay? That's why I said it's cinnamon and it's sugar and water, because water flows and moves a lot faster than honey. If you don't mind waiting, then don't put the water in there, put the honey in there. But I'm telling you, a lot of y'all doing these honey jars and you're waiting for shit to happen and you're wondering why it hasn't happened yet. And that's because you use honey instead of water. And again, understand that the way that things happen in the spiritual world is the same way that they happen in the physical world. The same concept of how you see things happening in the physical world is the same way that things happen in the spiritual world. You see how that water at the bottom there is just moving faster? You can't have that kind of a process with honey. Okay? So you definitely want to do that. And like I said, if you want other tips, on that channel, I talk about different spirits and stuff like that. I'm going through a series of spirits from A to Z on my Divination with D channel. I would appreciate it if you guys would please go and check it out. Like and share and subscribe to my channel over there. I was going to do something and give this tip over there. I just am not going to go live because I don't have enough subscribers over there yet, because I've been truly neglecting that channel. But that is something that you can do for whatever it is that you are looking for to have being drawn to you. Okay. So again, you want to take a jar. You want to write your name on a piece of brown paper, whatever it is that you are looking to have be attracted to you. You want to draw a symbol of that. Even if it's a person, you can make a heart and write that person's name in the middle of the heart, or you can draw like a little stick figure of that person and write their name over top of the stick figure. Like if this is the stick figure of the person, you want to write their name over top of it so it represents them. Okay. And you want to then put the cinnamon in there with the sugar and the water halfway. Okay, don't fill the whole jar up because you want movement. You want to be able to shake it up, and you want to put that candle, white tea light candle, on top of there, and you want to burn it. And like I said, you can use this for whatever it is that you want to attract to you, whether it's money, a job opportunity, a home, a car, whatever. And just wait for the effects of it to happen, and you can burn a candle repeatedly for it. And after that goes out, you want to shake that jar up again. You can put another tea light candle on there, and you can burn it again. So that is it for me, my loves. It is 8:23. I have to get ready to go into work, and I haven't even had a chance to eat my breakfast yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Like I said, I will be trying to do more. But for those of you that did come and say whatever, you put the white candle on top of the jar. If you have to go back and watch this live again to see what I said, just go back and watch it again. But you want to put that candle on top of the jar, okay? And check out my Divination with D, D-E-E, that channel over there. I do talk about other things that pertain to candle work and spell work and stuff like that, if that is something that you guys are interested in. This is just one of my other channels using the tarot. Okay, so thank you again. I really appreciate you guys. It's been over a half hour. I didn't think I was going to run this long, but I got to get inside, and I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the love and the feedback. Thank you so much. You guys, until the next time, have a wonderful day and be well.